In November 1977, I receive a phone call in Australia that our mother is quite ill. So I return. I am shocked. Mum's diagnosis, pancreatic cancer. Our eldest sister Rachel and I become Mum's main carers. Dad attends to Mum's morning routine of washing and freshening up for the day. Cancer took its toll on our mother's body. It killed me that she, who had fed the whole village, was now being deprived of food. We grew up on a dairy farm up north, with animals, gardens, and fruit trees, where immediate and extended whanau cared for each other. Trips to the beach were not to swim, but to gather kaimwana, which we would share. A kete here, or a bucket there, and then perhaps just a bowl for Granny Maku, who lives alone. Now, barely able to eat, my mother still longed for the taste of familiar kai. She would ask for korore, a Maori porridge like white sauce. As kids, it was our special breakfast. But to my frustration, I could never get the consistency right. It was either lumpy or it would split. Another day, Mum was hungry for crayfish. Because crayfish was too expensive, I bought a handful of prawns. We sat in the car and I offered one to her. I asked her, "Does it taste right?" And she said yes. I share an entry from my journal on a day when Mum's pains were severe. "5 days before she died, she said, 'Get everything ready because our home would be full of people on Monday.' Mum closed her eyes to this world on Monday, 17 September 1979 at 10 a.m, surrounded by family. For her tangi, we emptied the kitchen shelves, preserved peaches, pears, pickles, chutneys, jam, meat from the freezer, potatoes, pumpkins, and vegetables from the garden. Once again, my mother provided for everyone. Me o ti pia I tō tinana e, hei piriti ki te rangi e. Haere haere rā, e te whaia haere rā, wai hoa ki muri nei e. Me o ti pia I tō tinana e, hei piriti ki te rangi e.
So Tess, what do you think we can learn from Whakiripai's story?
Well, feeding someone when they're unwell is a very, I think, sacred ritual, and it involves kairangatira, or food for the esteemed. And in terms of caregiving, this is a particular role that some people in a whanau hold, and in this story it was Whakiripai's right to hold that. And food for the esteem is usually anything from seafood to the particular porridge that she's talking about there, or it could be rotten corn, mutton bird, anything like that. But also it's a story about grief, because Whakiripai talked about how she really felt the pain of her mother not being able to enjoy these beautiful foods that she herself had given the community. And so I think it also highlights that grieving happens throughout the illness to death journey, and not just when someone dies.
So what do you think health professionals can learn from this story?
Well, I think health professionals can learn that and appreciate that we enjoy kai rangatira, that it's important to uplift the Maori of a person when they're unwell. It might not be a huge meal, it might just be a little taste, but these foods are associated with memories of our past, our ancestors, our lands and our families, and being compassionate and understanding about our need to have these foods in a hospital setting or a hospice setting or any other place where we might need care of health professionals is an important contribution they could make to making whanau feel safe and secure.